Hello everyone, this is Solomon. I'm here to explain about the configuration of static router. So for that, let's go to Cisco Packet Tracer. So for that, let me install two PCs, PC0, PC1. Okay, and let me install another two PCs on the other side, and with two switches. Two switches, and let me connect this to the routers, that is PT router, and one more is PT router. So this is our topology diagram. Okay, this is our topology diagram. So let's go to the packet tracer. So now let us connect this with the copper straight through with the fast ether. Okay, just fast ether 0 from 0/1, and let me go with 1/1 slash 0/0. Okay, now in the same way, let's connect this also with these PT routers. Now let us connect this switch with the router, and now let us connect these both routers with the serial DCE cable with the CS2/0/2/0. Okay, this is our topology diagram. Now let us start configuring the from PCs. So first let us configure this first PC, that is 192.168.10.2. so this is our IP address, and this is our subnet mask, and the gateway will be the same, but it will be 1 here. Okay, now let us go for the next PC for the configuration. Here also the configuration will be same. Here it will be 3, subject mask is same, and here also it will be as 1. Okay, now let us configure these two PCs. Okay, first let's configure this PC, and it's like 192.168.30.2. Okay, and the subnet mask will be the same here, and the gateway will be .1. And let's configure the another PC. So for that we are configuring this will be 3 and subnet mask, and gateway will be 1. Okay, now let us configure the first router. This is the router in CLA. Let us give it as no. Okay, router enable. Okay, config t here I. Okay, int fast ether of 0/0, IP address of 192.168.10.1, and the subnet mask is 255.255.2. 255.0 and no shutdown. Now let us configure the int of serial 2/0, and for that IP address of 1. Okay, sorry for that. So IP address of 192.168.20.0, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Now let us configure as no shutdown. Okay, now let us set a clock rate. Now it is down because when we configure the router from the both the sides, then it will be up. So change the status to up. Okay, now let us set a clock rate as clock rate as okay, let's give it a 64,000. Okay, 64,000. Okay, clock rate is 64,000. Now let us go to the next router. So this is the second router. Here also it is no okay, and let us enable this config t. So here int fa 0/0, that is IP address of 192.168.30.1 and 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask, and no shutdown. Now let us initialize int se2/0. Okay, IP address of 192.168.20.2, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Okay, now let us give it as no shutdown. Okay, and let us end this. Now let us see the router configuration. Show IP route. So you can see both the serials directly connected, serial 12/0 and fast ether 0/0 is connected here. And now let us go to the first router. Okay, and let us end this, and let us see show IP route. You can see here fast ether, this is connected with the 0/0, and now okay, now let us configure the routing to send the message, to pass the message. Now you can see here I did not configure this properly just now. Here I have given it as 192.168.20.0. actually it should be 1. Okay, via when this is sending this message to here, then this need to have the this IP address as 20.0. This router should notice that. So now I have given it again as 220.1 and 255.255.0, then this is added. And when I am having a subnet mask, when I am checking the router's configuration, this is showing two connections. Okay, now first let us configure this into to send the message. So if I'm going to send from this PC to the next PC of this here, so this need to push the message outside. So this know only the configuration of this. So to send from this to this, we need to configure this to this. So for that, we'll enter enable, okay, and config t. Okay, for that, IP route 192.168.30.0. This is the IP address of this router. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. And what is the actual outlet? Okay, this has some number. So we are having this as a clock, this value as serial of 2/0, right? So we need to have serial of 2/0. Okay, now exit. Now show IP route. So you can see here three connections we can see here. These are the two connections before, and this is the third connection what we have configured now to send the message. In the similar way, we need to configure this. Okay, enable config t. Okay, now we need to config this. Don't know the IP address value of this router, so we need to have IP route of configuration IP 192.168.10.0, right? And 255.255.255.0. Okay, IP route 192.268, yeah, via we need to send through serial 2/0, this also. Okay, and this also exit. And when we see show IP route, you can see here three connections which is connected through this. Previously we were having only two connections, now we are having three connections connected to this. Okay, so now let us send a message from packet from this PC to this PC. It is successful. Okay, now let us send this message to this PC. It is successful. From this message to this router, it is successful. And from this PC, okay, let me delete this PC to this PC in process, it is failed. Okay, let me send it again. In process, it is failing. Okay, now let us go in simulation mode. Okay, yes, let us keep it as faster. Okay, from packet from here to here, it is okay. Let us delete this. In real time, let us see. Wait, from here this PC to this router, it is successful. And I don't know why this is getting failed. When I send from this PC to this router, let's check. Okay, it is being processed. It got the message. It is successful. Now let us send a mail from here to here. Okay, let me first clear this. Here to here in process. Send this router PC receive the message, it sends the message, took the message back to the router, to the next router again, to the switch again, and it is successful, right? You can see here now it is successful. So in this way we can configure the router. Now let me show you another way how to configure the static routers. Okay, so now let us configure another router. So another way of configuring. So for that we use one PT router, and let us take one PC. Okay, now let us connect these things. Let me connect this with the crossover cable, and these two will be connected with the serial DC. Okay, serial 3/0, 2/0. Okay, now let us configure this PC. Okay, for the configuration 192.168.5.2 is the uh, IP address of this PC subnet mask, and thus this will be 1. Okay, now let us configure the third router. This is the third router, now language. So for that we can give no. So enable config t int of se 2/0 and IP address of 192.168.4.2 and 255.255.255.0, and let us give no shutdown. Now the router is configured. Now let us configure int fa 0/0. Okay, now let us give an IP address of 192.168.5.1 and 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask address, and no shutdown. Okay, now let us exit. Now show IP route. So one subnet mask is connected with fast ether, so the previous one is not configured. So let us config t, and then we will give it as int of sh 2/0, and let us give se, right, int se 2/0 and IP address of um, 192.168.4.2, that is 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask, and no shutdown. Exit. Show IP route. Okay, directly connected to fast ethernet. So let me check it. So since we did not give an IP address of here in this router, we get only one, that is 5.0 is added and 4.0 is not added. So now let us give, okay, this configuration here. Okay, that is conf t int of serial, okay, 3/0, that is IP route, that is IP address of 192.168.40.1 and 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask address, and no shutdown. And let us give the clock value as clock rate as 64,000. Now let us exit and show IP route. Okay, 40/0 is not yet added. IP address 10/0, 20/0, 30/0. Just a second. So you can see here now it is configured with the 4 networks. Actually I have just removed the router cable and reconnected the cable, so it is configured successfully. uh, so now let us do static routing. So for that, uh, config t, so IP route 192.168 dot, okay, 5.0 and 255.255.255.0 is the subnet mask. Okay, let me see this. 5.2 and it is 4.2. Okay, so I'll give it as 5.0. Okay, 255 dot, and this goes through via okay, it's better to give, okay, let me give it 50 because I have already configured it as 50 with 50. So okay, now let me give it as 192.168.40.2. okay, 50.0 and 40.2. okay, now enter. So let me end it. Show IP route. Now you can see 5 connections. So this is connected 192.168.50. this is going through via this message. Okay, now you can see here, if I'm gonna send a message from this to this, okay, let me close this. Now let's keep it real time. If I send this message to this, it will be failed because this don't know the how to access the value, so how to receive the message. So now let us configure this with, okay, IP route. Okay, first I need to change this, okay, IP route 192.168.10.0, that is 255.255.255.0, that is via 192.168.40.1. okay, oh no, I need to allow this configure. Okay, config t IP route 192.168.10.0 and 255.255.255.0, 92.168.10.0 40.1. Okay, now let us end this and show IP route. Okay, this is connected to 5 and 4, so let us change this. Let us rewrite this. So int, okay, config t, so that is int se 2/0. Okay, IP route, IP address, that is 192.168.40.2, that is 255.255.255.0, and now int of fa0/0 IP address of 192.168.50.1 and 255.255.255.0. So now let us change the classic routing of this also. This should be 50 and this should also be 50. Okay, now and show IP address, sorry, show IP route. So you can see here 3 it's connected, and this is also connected via 192. This is connected via 190 of this. So let me pass a message. Okay, let me pass a message from here to here. It is successful now. Okay, let me clear this. It is successful, and now this is also gonna be in process failed, because this don't know this router don't know how to send a message to this router knows how to reach the second this router but not to this PC, so this gonna fail. Okay, let's see in real time, this PC to this PC, this is gonna be successful. Okay, sorry, as I told, this don't know, actually we have configured just now, so I'll show you. So we configured here, so via, okay, this 10.1 is this routers, and 10.40 is this routers. So this knows, this PC know how to send the message to, sorry, this PC know how to send the message to this PC. So this is successful. In real time it is gonna fail in few cases. Now if we check again, it will be successful. So if you send from here to here, you can see in real time. So you can see here it is gonna be successful when this will be sent there, this will be sent there. Now it is successful, so you can see here this is successful. So this is how we will do the configuration of static routers in two different ways. So this is configured in this way and this is configured in another way. So that's all in this video. I hope you understood. Thank you everyone.